He's been known for eating the world's most bizarre foods. He's also a chef, restaurateur, and celebrated TV host. Now he's working to raise money for kids during Super Bowl weekend. Please welcome to DBL, Andrew Zimmern.
Yes. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
So great to talk to you. I've looked up to you for years and years. So great to talk to you finally. Let's get to it. Taste of the NFL celebrates food and football, two of my favorites. So I have to know, what's on your menu for the big game? After traveling the world and have so much on his plate, what do you eat?
Well, I tend to do the very traditional, invite a lot of friends over to the house. I segment things into categories. I think it's very important that you have something in every category. I like to roast something, whether it's a fresh ham, a turkey, a roast beef, and let people slice and serve their own sandwiches. You have to do some kind of chicken wing. We have many recipes on my website. We have so many ideas for different soups and stews, and you should have something that goes into a mug. It's typically chili in most of the country come Super Bowl time. You have to have something in the chip and dip category. So we've bundled different things at andrewzimmern.com. You can actually plug in tailgating, Super Bowl, anything into the search, and you get tons of great recipes.
Okay. Well, you're known for trying new and sometimes bizarre foods. So any weird foods we should add to our menu for Super Bowl?
Well, I think one person's weird is another person's wonderful. In some parts of the country, oyster chowder in a big pot on the stove would be a very standard sort of thing.
Yes.
I live in Minnesota. It's not a very standard sort of thing. I don't think the Super Bowl time is a good place to introduce the kids to frogs' legs, right? It's the National Food Day. I mean, for decades, Thanksgiving was the biggest food day in America. Super Bowl Sunday eclipsed that about 9 years ago. It is our biggest food day, so there is no better time to remind people that there is a very large percentage of Americans who don't know where their next meal is coming from. I think it's no longer criminal. I think it's approaching genocidal that we have hungry people here in America. And it's a very important time for those of us who are in the social justice movement to restore food equity to all Americans, to make sure that people know that there are hungry children in America today.
Wow. I mean, well said. I'm going to leave that there. Thank you so much. It needed to be said. Well, I'm looking above your name in Beaver Creek, Colorado. You're here in Colorado with us. So you know about some snow, and apparently snow is going to be coming to Denver this weekend. So I'm wondering, do you have any good comfort dishes that I could try this weekend and then pretend like I came up with them?
Yeah, tons of them. I'm actually at a food and wine event here in Beaver Creek, and then flying out to Las Vegas next Wednesday. And I'm serving black bean chili at my event at Taste of the NFL. It's a very special chili. We start with whole pork shoulder and chop it up and braise that with beans from scratch. We don't open a can, although if it's easier for someone to open a can, so be it.
I think
at this time of year, if you're using real whole muscle and you're making something that's a braised, meat in a pot, meal in a bowl type of dish, you can't go wrong, whether it's seafood, pork, chicken adobo, you name it, I endorse it. I'm big on soups and stews.
Yes.
And forage for some mushrooms in your background there. Maybe throw those in the stew as well.
That's actually my house, and on the hill behind me is where all the ramps are, and we get lots of mushrooms. The dogs find them every year.
Wow.
See? I wasn't lying. So we got to get to this. You've been working with the Taste of the NFL for over 20 years now. That's great. What do you love working with them the most? What do you like the most about it?
I think the mission is very important. Statistically, we can eliminate childhood hunger in America. It costs about $17 billion a year. That's a rounding error when it comes to our federal government budget. 0.0027. The idea that anyone is still for keeping children hungry, as I said before, is a genocidal choice, because it disproportionately affects children of color and female children of color. So I mean, it's a triple whammy there of horrific proportions. Gen Youth specifically aims to end childhood hunger, student hunger. And that's a very important distinction because we have the distribution systems, schools that we're already delivering foods to. So if we can get some equipment in there and start cooking meals and allow kids to participate in meal selection for free, 3 meals a day, we should, and 12 months a year, by the way, 365 days. I think that is the right choice. The
Absolutely.
America that I know and love would find it abhorrent that any child in the greatest country in the history of civilization would ever go hungry.
Well said, yes.
I think Gen Youth is doing incredible work. And I love working with them.
You as well,
you.
Andrew. Thank you.
Honestly.
Honestly, we wish we could talk to you longer. We appreciate you. And to our viewers, if you'd like to get more information or to donate to Gen Youth, visit tasteofthenfl.com. Well
That's
done.
really great. Thank you.
Thank you again. Thank you.
Thank you.